These two at the back here and the trim tab need to be replaced to drop it down. Before the unit does drop down, there's a shift lever at the front here that will catch on the case. So this shift lever, as it starts dropping, we need to turn it sideways in order to clear the case to drop it all the way down. And that's the primary reason that the lower unit cannot be taken off when it's on the boat, because you don't have access to turn this shifter to clear the case. If you drop it while it's on the boat, it will catch on the upper gear case. So what we're going to do is put a block on here and see if we can get it to separate 32nd and 1/8 of an inch along here. And we would do the same on the other side. Now, as you can see, it's separated here. And you would simply put a couple of screwdrivers, perhaps at the front first. And you may want to support it, because we don't want this to go all the way down and come off, because it won't. It would catch on the shift cable. So we're only going to we can only allow the top to drop approximately about an inch, inch and a half, and then we have to turn the shift cable. So you need to build up something underneath here to stop the head from coming all the way down. And this is the shift cable here. We need to turn. And then after that, we can allow it to come the rest of the way down. That's it. And there's a little residue oil in there. And that's all there is to separating the upper from the lower. One of the tricks is to make sure that the shift cable doesn't get changed. The shifting is critical, and if you turn this shifter any other way but back to where you got it from, it will change the shifting distance, and then you will have to adjust it on the inside engine compartment to make up for it. So it's best if you can remember which way you turned it and to put it back to where you put it. Take the outdrive shaft out, slide it into the upper, and tape it together so that it doesn't move when you're working on it. This is the shift cable here. We need to turn. And then after that, we can allow it to come the rest of the way down. The water pump tube came out of the upper gear case, but we basically would like to see this needs to be greased or some oil put on it. That's it. Putting it back together. And there's a little residue. This should be in the lower. Needs to go all the way separating the upper from the lower. The trick, one of the tricks is to make sure that the shift cable doesn't get changed. The shifting is critical. You can put some aviation gasket compound on it, any other way but back to where you got it from. It will change the, they call it shifting distance, and then you'll have to adjust it on the inside engine compartment to make up for it. So it's best if you can remember which way you turned it, and any kind of aviation gasket compound, the brown shellac. Take the outdrive shaft slide it into the upper type, and tape it together. It's around $3 so that it doesn't move. Automotive store. When you're and you just That will hold it in place.
Working
the
on
ideal
outdrive.
way to put it back together is to turn the lower upside down and guide this area here onto the water pump tube, which is right here. And to make sure that when you're putting it back together, you put the dry shaft in the lower unit first. And then turn the upper gear case upside down, making sure that the water pump guide goes around this tube here, the water pump tube. And then just tighten the bolts up in reverse the way I took them out, and that's it. Again, you're going to have to turn the shift cable when you're putting it back together to miss the case of the upper gear case. As soon as it gets past the case, you will need to turn it forward again so that it's in this position it is right now. So you'd need to turn it sideways in order to get it into the unit, and then turn it back to the front once it's past the obstruction there.